Kyle Richards, a prominent figure on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, has often experimented with her hair color, demonstrating her versatility. Since the show's first season, Kyle, typically known for her dark hair, has frequently opted for lighter shades. Her history of lighter hair is well documented through various photos she has shared over the years. In one instance of embracing a lighter shade, Kyle remarked on her style, though in a playful way. A throwback photo featuring her sister, Kim, from their younger days, shows both siblings sporting a brown and lighter-toned ombre look. Kyle humorously questioned their pose in the caption of that memorable picture. Further evidence of her lighter hair phases includes another old photograph with Mauricio Umansky, taken many years before their separation. In this image from March 2013, Kyle is seen in Vail, Colorado, during what she called her short lighter hair phase. She looked striking on the slopes with her light-colored hairstyle, complemented by a black ear warmer that highlighted her very short, 90s-inspired bob. Fans were surprised in 2016 when she posted a Throwback Thursday picture of herself at 21 with long, lighter hair, with the caption, "Long hair, don't care." Even in recent years, she has continued to explore lighter tones. In 2022, she debuted a noticeable new shade, explaining, "I thought I needed a change to lighten my mood." Regarding her hair care, Kyle shared her insights in 2018 with a Bravo publication. When asked about her routine, she stated, "People are always asking me, 'What do you do to your hair? What do you put on your hair?' And the truth is, I think the best thing you can do for your hair is less is more. The more product you use, the more heat, the more styling, it all damages your hair. I mean, I'll blow dry it when I have certain things, but if I don't, I let it go on its own, and I don't use product because I think it dulls the shine, and I don't use expensive shampoos like everybody does." She maintained her less is more philosophy when discussing her long-term use of a particular shampoo brand, and also mentioned using a weekly hair mask with her own unique blend. Kyle noted, "People would always say, 'Oh, are you kidding me? I buy this really expensive shampoo, and their hair didn't even look that great to me.'" Kyle also advised against washing hair daily, emphasizing the need to give your hair a break. She advocated for brushing hair from the ends upwards to prevent damage. "So, I'm always on my kids when I hear them, rushing through their hair," Kyle described. Motioning, I'm like, "You need to slow down, start from the bottom." Her approach seems to work, as she mentioned during an Amazon livestream last Halloween that her hair grows very, very fast. Kyle is serious about her hair. She once had a salon built in her home and, in 2023, told a Bravo publication that she considers her hair her armor when filming the series. She explained, "What brings me the most confidence is my hair. And you have to have a lot of confidence doing something like this and going into a lion's den," referring to her significant hair. "I like to always look and feel like myself. I don't fall victim to thinking, 'Oh, I should keep up with them and their hairstyles.'" The old photo album, its leather cover worn smooth with time, laid open on Kyle's lap. Dust motes danced in the afternoon sunbeam, illuminating the faded colors of her past. She traced a finger over a picture of herself and Kim, barely teenagers, their hair a comical ombre of brown and a decidedly DIY lighter tone. She chuckled, remembering the day. "What was that pose we were doing?" She murmured, the question a ghost from a past Instagram caption. Hair. It had always been a barometer for Kyle, a tangible representation of her inner shifts, from the deep, familiar brunette that had anchored her presence on television screens for years, to the myriad of lighter shades she dared to embrace. Each hue told a story, a whisper of a mood, a shout of a new beginning. She turned the page, and there was Vail. The crisp mountain air seemed to materialize around her, the scent of pine and fresh snow. In the picture, she was bundled in ski gear, a black ear warmer framing a shockingly short light bob. Mauricio, younger, vibrant, stood beside her, his arm around her. The short, lighter hair phase, she called it back then. A moment of adventurous spontaneity, a mountain breeze captured in her style. It was a time of uncomplicated joy, before the whispers became shouts, before the cracks began to show. She felt a pang, a nostalgic ache for the simplicity of that sunny day. Then came the surprise of 2016, a Throwback Thursday post that stunned her fans, and even herself, with its audacity. There she was, at 21, a cascade of long, light hair tumbling past her waist. Long hair, don't care, the caption read. It was a defiant statement, a youthful declaration of independence from expectations. She remembered the feeling of that hair, a wild, untamed river flowing down her back. It felt like freedom. Even in more recent years, the urge for change persisted. 2022, a particularly challenging year, saw her debut another striking lighter shade. I thought I needed a change to lighten my mood, she confessed then, the words a raw echo of a yearning for inner peace. Her hair, in its lightness, felt like a beacon, a small act of rebellion against the weight of the world. It was a subtle transformation, not just of color, but of spirit. The conversation about hair always fascinated Kyle. People everywhere she went were endlessly curious. What do you do to your hair? What do you put on your hair? The questions followed her like a persistent shadow. In 2018, she'd finally laid bare her surprisingly simple philosophy to a Bravo publication. The truth is, I think the best thing you can do for your hair is less is more, she'd said, her voice earnest. The more product you use, the more heat, the more styling, it all damages your hair. I mean, I'll blow dry it when I have certain things, but if I don't, I let it go on its own. And I don't use product because I think it dulls the shine, and I don't use expensive shampoos like everybody does. She'd even gone so far as to defend her long-standing loyalty to an affordable, ubiquitous shampoo brand, much to the disbelief of some. People would always say, "Oh, are you kidding me? I buy this really expensive shampoo, and their hair didn't even look that great to me," she'd recounted, a hint of playful defiance in her tone. Her secret, if there was one, lay in consistency and simplicity, a weekly hair mask of her own concoction being the only indulgence. And then there was the cardinal rule, no daily washing. You have to give your hair a break, she'd insisted, the wisdom gleaned from years of living with and learning from her own ever-growing tresses. The brushing technique, too, was crucial. Start from the bottom and work your way up, she'd often instruct, demonstrating with her hands, to not rip the hair from the scalp. Her kids, bless their hearts, were frequent recipients of this advice. So I'm always on my kids when I hear them, rushing through their hair, she'd recounted, a mock exasperation in her voice. I'm like, you need to slow down, start from the bottom. It certainly worked for her. Last Halloween, during an Amazon live stream, she casually mentioned how quickly her hair grew. It grows very, very fast, she beamed, almost as if it were a superpower. For Kyle, hair wasn't just hair, it was more. It was a shield, a statement, a source of unwavering confidence. The fact that she'd once built a salon in her own home was testament to this devotion. In 2023, speaking to a Bravo publication, she'd articulated its profound significance. What brings me the most confidence is my hair, she declared, her voice firm, resolute. And you have to have a lot of confidence doing something like this and going into a lion's den. The lion's den, of course, was the relentless glare of reality television, the constant scrutiny, the emotional battles. Her hair, in its glossy strength, was her armor. It allowed her to face the cameras, the conflicts, the criticisms with a sense of self-possession. I like to always look and feel like myself, she continued, her gaze direct, unwavering. I don't fall victim to thinking, oh, I should keep up with them and their hairstyles. In a world obsessed with trends and transformations, Kyle had found her anchor in authenticity. her hair a symbol of that steadfast self. It was a reflection of her journey, a testament to her resilience, and a quiet assertion of who she was underneath all the layers. The album closed with a soft thud, but the stories held within, like the ever-evolving shades of Kyle's hair, continued to unfold.